Hey everyone.
Hi,
Hi Joanna.
nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you. Hi Bryce. Hi Emma, Jen, Andy, Anna. A lot of people here. Sorry for being late. So happy to have you here today. We are talking about how to make the most of your LinkedIn connection because a lot of people have first relationship connection on LinkedIn but don't know how to leverage them, right? So today I'm with Johanna Topalian from Sales Mint Agency. We are talking about how to leverage this connection, how to integrate them into a workflow, a prospecting workflow. And before to do that, Johanna, I let you introduce yourself.
Hi. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. I've actually got like an instructions doc I can share in the chat if everybody's okay with following along, and then I'll share my screen. But yeah, this is the first play I ran on LGM myself was to reach out to all of my own contacts and friends on LinkedIn, including, old classmates and people I've worked with prior, and let them know that I'm starting this agency. So I was kind of surprised that everyone is not going first to their own first connections, because those are people you've actually a lot of the time met in real life. They know you as a person. So it's a great resource to tap into.
Great.
I just shared the link to the
Yes.
instructions, and then I also have a slideshow. So
Yeah, perfect. So you just have to click on the little arrow button, share. And for everyone in the room, don't hesitate to ask any question you have in the chat. I really prefer when the session is dynamic and interactive. So please don't be shy. Ask all your questions. You have Joanna available for this during 1 hour. It's great. So yeah, don't be shy, guys. And also, for the one who don't know LaGrowthMachine, maybe just share in the chat how familiar you are with LaGrowthMachine or not. Maybe just to adjust the presentation of LaGrowthMachine if we need to deep dive more in the tool or not. And yes, the session will be recorded and shared with you guys after. Just to put a little bit of context around this live session, I'm Eloise, a community builder at LaGrowthMachine, and every week I co-host session with experts, and every session is in the Playground, which is a community platform of LaGrowthMachine, and you can just join the community if you're a user or not. I will share the link in the chat. And this kind of community event is weekly, so a lot of value here are shared every week.
Awesome. That's great. And I also wanted to encourage people. I don't know if I'm going to have a list of the people that showed up, but as far as networking, if you guys could just drop your LinkedIn in the chat, then we can add each other. So I'm going to go ahead and drop mine here, and please feel free to reach out, DM me, or talk about anything that we talked about today. So
that's great.
Yeah, let's get into it. So I hope you guys can see my screen here.
Yes, perfect.
All right. So here we are. How to make the most of your LinkedIn connections. The power of the network. So your first connections are gold. Like I said, they already know you. They like you. They may even know you in person, or they're a friend of a friend. I mean, it's the best connections that you have. And also, if you don't have a paid subscription on LinkedIn, you can DM your own connections for free. So otherwise you have to pay, and there's limits. So you can get that friend-to-friend connection like on LinkedIn with no subscription. So I'm going to show you some steps here. First of all, you have to download your connections on LinkedIn. So they don't make it like super easy or self-explanatory, right? So that's why if you guys have this doc I sent, I'm going to send it again. I can run through the instructions here.
I'll send it again in the chat.
Okay, I just sent it again also. So
okay.
I'm going to make this bigger, but basically it's like a process, So here's what we're going over today. I just went through this, like your people know you. You can DM them for free. Now, how to download your LinkedIn connections. So you're going to click on your profile, and then settings and privacy. Go to data privacy. So I can show you on mine. Basically, it's hidden. It's not like you go to the connections and then just download it. So you have to go follow these steps. So you click on settings and privacy, data privacy. So here's my settings and privacy. It's under the me, right? Then data privacy is over here. Okay, and then you're going to say how LinkedIn uses your data, get a copy of your data. So here it is, get a copy of your data. Now, want something in particular? Yes. So let me make sure we're not skipping any steps. Select connections and then request your archive. So once you do that, you're going to usually, I think because maybe I just downloaded mine, but usually you can see your contacts here or your connections, and then you can request your archive, and it will either show up here later and you can come back and download it from this screen, or they'll email you at your LinkedIn email.
Great.
So then once you have your connections, they're in a CSV file. So you can do whatever you want with that file. So step 2, segment to find your ICP, right? So now you have your 2 ways that you could segment your connections that I know about. And I know there are other ways that people segment as well. But, the first option would be Clay. And I don't know if you have used Clay or not. You can write yes or no in the chat. But basically, Clay is like a spreadsheet on steroids. So each line or each column in the spreadsheet connects to over like 80 data providers. And it can also connect with LaGrowthMachine. They have an integration. So you can use them together to activate your network. So that's like super awesome. If you have not tried Clay, please, my link here will give you 3,000 free credits if you sign up. And I'm happy to, give you some resources like clay.com university or /templates. So that's one way to do it. Okay. Then the option 2, which is the way that you can do it if you don't have a Clay subscription or you're just doing it yourself, is that's a link to another doc that I made on how to add ChatGPT to a Google Sheet, right? So you can walk through these steps, and I even made a video to set up the app script in Google Sheets. And what you're going to end up with is a Google Sheet that's connected to ChatGPT. So, I'm sure you guys all use ChatGPT and love it. And I don't know how many of you know how to put it in a spreadsheet. So it's like, that's as soon as I saw Clay, I was like, oh, can I do this myself? And of course, it doesn't have all of the huge capabilities that Clay has, but it has ChatGPT. So it's really a great option if you want to keep your costs down. So I'm going to I named mine ChatGPT connected sheet. And here it is. So when I go into this sheet, I can put in a prompt, and then the ChatGPT will load an answer. Okay. So I did that for my connections.
That's great.
I took so this is the spreadsheet. Not to give away anybody's information, but these are all my contacts. And then I used a prompt here. So what I did was I wrote up the beginning of the prompt. I want to determine whether someone is a potential customer for my sales development tools. Specifically, I'm looking for people in the sales development, sales, marketing, and revenue operations functions. Please look at this company and job title and describe their job function in 2 words or less. That was my prompt. So it came back with business operations, business owner, business strategy. And you can make your prompt even more specific. If you have very specific categories you want to look at, you could say only return these categories. If it's not one of these categories, return unknown. You could tell it exactly what to do, just like you can in Clay. But this, it actually is almost free, because all you have to do is connect OpenAI, through ChatGPT. They have OpenAI. I put $10 on it, and I've been using it, for a couple months, and I haven't run out of $10 yet. So not to put Clay out of business, because there are definitely things Clay can do that this can't do. For example, Clay can go to the web and do research, where this is just basically ChatGPT in your sheet. But it's great for categorizing. So I used that to take out, I actually deleted, and you probably wouldn't want to delete. You'd probably want to just save them to a special file or mark them. I moved my CS, customer support connections, to a different sheet, and then I deleted the ones that were random, and I just kept the ones that I thought were relevant to me, right? So I ended up with a list of 1,000 people or so that I can then run through my LGM, LaGrowthMachine campaign. So I'm assuming most of you guys probably are already using LaGrowthMachine. If you're not using it, it's an amazing tool for multi-channel outreach, both on LinkedIn, connections, likes, clicks, and all that stuff, messages, voice messages. And then it's also, you can use it for email, or even getting phone numbers and all of that stuff. So yes. And I don't know if that's my link, but I hope it is, because I
have. Yes, of course it is.
Okay, good. Because I have a link for LaGrowthMachine also, if you want to try it. So you'll get a whole month for free instead of just the normal 2 weeks, and you can check it out. So the first thing I did when I joined with LaGrowthMachine was I looked up my own first connections, like I mentioned, to do an announcement and say, this is my business. So I set up a flow where I had already loaded in my spreadsheet. You can use a CSV uploader, and I loaded in 904 leads. And then during the campaign, it contacted 903, and 87 of them replied. You're never gonna get a reply rate like this with anyone else but your first connections, because they actually know you. So this is not really a cold email, because these are people I know. So anyway, and I also did email with them too. So let's see if I can find the action. I don't know where the flow is. Is it here under action details? No.
It's in activity.
Activity. There it is. Okay. Sorry, Eloise. I know. There it is. Okay. So it starts. Then I would send a voice message. And then I didn't even wait. I would just send a message right away, because they went together. It was the voice message, say, like, hi, it's Johanna. Just wanted to let you know I have this new business. Here's my link, right? And I sent the link. And then if they didn't reply, I would send an email. So I can say, out of those people that replied, like most of them, it was to the LinkedIn message. Only 2 of them replied to the email. Everybody else replied to the LinkedIn message. So that's my own personal experiment to say that LinkedIn is more efficient, more effective. Okay. So there we are. Step 3, reach out using LGM. Okay, so does anybody have questions about that?
Yeah, we have a question. When creating the lead list of first connection, did you do this through import from LGM database, or from LinkedIn, or from CSV?
I used the CSV because I had already brought it into the Google Sheet, categorized, deleted the ones I didn't want, and then I exported as CSV and uploaded to LGM. But yes, you're right. There's probably ways that you could do it straight from LinkedIn if you wanted to create a list in LinkedIn, right? And then you could just directly upload it. But the thing is, you'd probably want to run it through like Clay or like I showed you, the Google Sheet with ChatGPT, so that you could get rid of anybody that you don't want to write to. Like your old soccer coach or something might be on your LinkedIn friends, but that's not somebody you're selling to, So you do want to clean the list, probably, if you're writing to like just everybody versus a segment of the people you know. So that's why the step 2 is very important. Okay. We have some questions from the audience.
Yes, exactly. If you have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, can it replace exporting your relation on CSV?
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you wanted to do, yeah, you could do it that way. Sure.
With LinkedIn Sales Nav.
Right, because LinkedIn Sales Navigator has a native integration with LGM also, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you could do it from a LinkedIn list or a LinkedIn Sales Navigator search. You could search for your first request. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. You could search for your first connections and then narrow it by job title or function or business name or whatever you're looking at, industry. So, okay.
Other question from Emma. So if you refine the CSV like you did, does LGM know who to reach out to based off the LinkedIn URL?
Yeah, well, it comes in the, where's my ChatGPT connected sheet? It's one of the, here it is, column C is the URL. So we're providing all of that from LinkedIn to LaGrowthMachine.
And also LaGrowthMachine, yeah. LaGrowthMachine
can I show you guys?
Data. Yeah, I see your screen.
If I were to start a new campaign, right? Create campaign, okay? And let's say we would do the social warming, right, Eloise? Because it checks if it's a connection first. So this is one that's already made. So it would start here. And then you visit their profile. You like their post. That's not going to hurt whether it's a contact or not to like their most recent post, okay? If it's a contact, so you could upload just your contacts if you want to, and then it will send a message, okay? So that's one way of just sending messages to your contacts. And then this also includes people that are not your contact. You would then follow them, wait, add them. Then if they accept, then you send a message. So you could just upload people that are and are not, like a mixed bag of LinkedIn addresses. You could upload to this particular flow. And this is one that's like already custom made, ready-made. It's ready-made in LaGrowthMachine. You don't have to customize it. You know, if you have an advanced subscription, you can also customize these flows however you want. And if you're into, you know, getting really specific with your automation, but otherwise they have a lot of great flows that you can choose from. And that's the one I would choose for this particular thing that we're doing today. But,
yes, and to complete about data, Emma, so LaGrowthMachine also has an enrichment features. So if you miss some data, like you have just name and company, like first name, last name, company name, you can reach the LinkedIn URL.
right.
And the opposite also, if you have the LinkedIn URL, you can have name, last name, and company and job, etc. So yes.
And the email address and the phone number.
And
right?
yes, exactly. And the email, personal email.
It seeks their email address and phone number for you as well. So let's say they're your friend on LinkedIn, they're your connection, but you don't actually have their email address because you only have what might be listed. Most people, if you're their first connection, there is some email listed that you could find, but sometimes no, you know, so it's nice to be able to get email addresses and phone numbers for even more personal communication if it is your friend.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Next, anybody ready? Any other questions? I'm going to go to step 4.
Yeah, just Emma asked if she has enrichment. And yes, in the basic plan, you have enrichment, unlimited enrichment. So yeah.
Okay. So step 4 is expand your network. So this is not just your first connections. And we kind of started talking about it a little bit, but let's see. Segment, I got that. Next, step 3, activate. Okay. This is what we just went through. So you guys have this link too, so you can check it out. And also, you know, if you want me to do all of this process for you of downloading your LinkedIn connections, segmenting, and setting you up on LGM for campaign, just I have a package especially for the webinar people, and it's only $299 to do everything for you that I'm talking about today. So, okay, step 4, expand beyond your network. So this is your article here. So you guys should check this out, how to find your ICP. LaGrowthMachine wrote an amazing article on segmentation and copywriting. It's really detailed and gives you a lot of information there. And then also, as one of the people mentioned, use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And then this run a LinkedIn connection ad campaign. I'm not saying an ad campaign like ads. I'm saying add them. So you can add them as your connection, target and attract new connections. So you could use LinkedIn Sales Navigator search or something like that and get a list of people that are in your target market that you then wish to add and contact. So let's see. I did another campaign for that. Let's see if I go to my campaigns. So these are new people, and I'm basically, let's see, it must be this LinkedIn. I'm basically just adding a list of sales operations people as connections. So I uploaded the list, and then LinkedIn will then ask those people to be your connection. And then if they say yes, then they get a direct message from you. And so I'll try to show you that one. So yeah, I've uploaded 3,000. It's contacted 600 something so far, and 33% accepted me, which I feel like is pretty good.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So it shows you where you started. And then we visit the profile and then add the connection request. So 2,000 have been sent. And then if they accept it, then they get a message. And also I should mention there are, if you haven't tried LGM, there are like AI writing features that are built in. So you can say, I want to say this, and I want to say it in a humorous tone, and it will just generate a really cute, perfect email for you. Or you could say in a serious tone or persuasive or, whatever. So, so that's a great feature of LGM as well. So I've been running this, and it's just going to always, every day I'm seeing new people that accepted my connection request. So the next time when I go back and talk to my first connections again, or when I post on LinkedIn, I'll have more of an audience, and I'll have more people from my ICP that I can then reach out to and connect with directly, because it's the most effective. I feel like the DM on LinkedIn it's like 20 times better than email. It's like the most effective way to contact people these days, it seems like. I mean, what do you think, Eloise?
Yes, absolutely. And I really like the fact that you nurture a really virtuous flywheel, let's say, because creating content, importing people from LinkedIn, people who engage with your content, and then add them into prospecting campaign is really, I think, for me, the best way to do all bound, like inbound plus outbound. Maybe if you can share the LaGrowthMachine tool. I don't know if you already had people from your LinkedIn post, for example. You can create an audience from people who engaged on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite sure exactly how to do that, but I'm sure there's a way. Maybe Eloise knows better than me.
Yes,
I'm running actually a pretty simple campaign in LaGrowthMachine. It gets much more complicated. I just feel like for me, this is the place to start. And for a lot of people, if you're doing sales, they say start with your own connections first. So
yeah. So if you click on the little lead button, so it's not campaign, it's not static, this one, and you do import lead at the button
over here.
Yes, exactly. And then from LinkedIn. And here we go. Next.
Oh, and you can pick a LinkedIn regular search
also, but if you do next, you will see. Okay, next.
Copy the URL
and
paste it in LaGrowthMachine and import.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
That's it. And if you click on got it. Yeah, here we go. Look, followed my company, register for an event, liked a post, commented a post. That's crazy. You can just copy past any post, yours, but also competitors, creators, any post. So
that is really great.
to
Yeah.
find your ICP leads. It's also
Oh, there's
great
my
because like you can just scrap any commentators of any posts and any event.
That's great. Yeah, wonderful. So yeah, there's so many ways that you can use this, and you can look at your competitors. You can look at your own page. You know, all the people that are writing to you, and you just, you're not like taking down their information.
Yeah. Or when you create a lead magnet saying comment my post with a fire emoji, and I'll give you by DM my lead magnet. So you can just scrap your own post. All the commentators, they will have the lead magnet in their DM.
That's great. Awesome.
Emma asked, is there a feature that allows you to reach out to everyone who belongs into a LinkedIn group? So a LinkedIn group, I think you may, you
Probably
have to
private.
scrap it, but not directly in LaGrowthMachine.
You could probably put those people on a list. Can you have a list that you formed yourself on LinkedIn, or a maybe a list?
Yeah,
from LinkedIn.
Yeah, from a group, LinkedIn group. I think yes, some other tool does that. If anyone in the audience knows, just share it. But I'm pretty sure that you can scrap easily a LinkedIn group, and then you have the list.
Then if you have Sales Navigator is really also a key tool. When you really want to get into this stuff, if you have Sales Navigator, which I think that starts at like $80 a month, then you can get any kind of list you want based off of segment and all of that stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know that Phantom Buster also provide this.
But it connects with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So it's really, I'm not even representing LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's just a very useful tool when you start to get into really targeting your leads. So yeah. Okay. So let's see. So that's it. Expand your network. And then, like I said, I have these 2 packages. If anybody's interested in me doing all this for you, and for $2.99, I'll do everything here. And then for $5.99, I'll also scrape 1,000 high quality leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, probably using Phantom Buster, as you mentioned, and then run the email and LinkedIn multi-channel campaign for you. That's it. My website, I think people have my website, but I'll type it here as well. It's salesmint.com.
Thank you, Nick, for responding to Emma also. Use Sales Navigator to pull in the people to save as list, then pull up the list in lead search. Then you can import the link to LGM. Yeah, right.
So that's it. I'm fast. I guess I'm done. It's only 8:30. Any other questions? I mean, I'm happy to go through any part of this, or even like adding ChatGPT to Google Sheets. I can show you. Yes, that's what the guy
exactly.
Okay, here we go. So here's the doc for that. I'm going to put this. You can figure this out yourself. So basically, I had to figure this out by talking to ChatGPT, but there was a little back and forth. I ran into some problems, so it's not super, super easy. So basically, you have to have the OpenAI. Oh, yeah. I was like, what is wrong? Where's the OpenAI thing? Okay, set up the API account in OpenAI. So you log into OpenAI. You have to buy $5 or more in credits. So let's just try it. So anyway, if you haven't done this yet, this gives you like an API key. So when you get your API key, anyway, I would have to log in. So I'm not going to do it right now, but you can navigate to the API keys section. You create a new secret key. You name it whatever you want. Like you could name it LaGrowthMachine, or whatever you want. And then you copy and save your secret key immediately, as you won't be able to find it again. So that's important. So once you get your secret key, it's like starred out and you can't see it anymore. So you have to just copy it right away as soon as you get it. Okay. So then when you connect ChatGPT, you need the app script editor. So like here, let's see if I could find my app script editor. It's under extensions, app script. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like across all of your every spreadsheet you have on the Google Drive. It only works for the one that you do this to. So that's why I just have mine named ChatGPT connected sheet, and I just have this formula in there, and that's it. It just, now if I go into my ChatGPT connected sheet, let's try a new. Let's say we did a new thing. I'm going to take off my filters and just say, what else can we find? Insert left. I'll say prompt to, is this a large company? This is a terrible prompt, but I'm just showing you how it works, okay? And then this will be the concatenated version. So I'm going to say equals concatenate. Sorry if this is boring, but concatenate appends strings to one another, right? So what you're going to do is just say, I want this, and then comma, and then a space, another comma, and then I want this, okay? And then I'm going to close it out, return, autofill. Yeah, sure. And what I would do is just copy this all the way down too. So copy, paste. Okay, so now I have this is going to be my whole prompt. And then what I'm going to say is equals, it's just like a call ChatGPT. It's just a formula now. And then I select this cell, enter, loading. Let's see what it says. Yes, Samsara is a rapidly growing company. That was a terrible prompt. So let me fix it. Let me say, what is the approximate revenue in dollars for this company? And then I'm going to copy that and paste it all the way down to change my prompts. Okay. And let me say, please return your result as a number. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Return. It's not. It says, I'm unable to provide an exact revenue figure for Samsara. So anyway,
that's the formula.
Maybe that's too hard because it can't go to the internet and research. So that's where something like Clay is like essential, because it can go and be an agent. But if all you're doing is saying, like what I did is like, what is the job function of this person? Or if I wanted to say, what is the department?
The industry also, yeah.
So yeah, so Nick says, I get it. You just have to test it out. It's super helpful. Yeah, feel free to do it yourself. It's in the docs that I sent you. And it's not that hard. It probably takes 15 minutes to 30 minutes to set it up. But it does, it gets a little, a little technical because you have to deal with the script and stuff. But once you have it, you're gonna love it, because then you just use a formula and there it is. So
that's so great. I really like it. Thank you.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically it. Thank you. All right. I guess any other questions? You have a minute. I feel like this is a belated Christmas gift. That's I was super pumped up when I discovered it too, because it's just so cool. I use ChatGPT all the time, and I use spreadsheets all the time. That's what I love about Clay. It's kind of like a combination of the two.
Yeah. So, and maybe Nick and Joanna, you should connect each other, because I know Nick, I know you, Joanna, and I think,
okay.
Yeah, maybe there's something interesting to talk about. Yeah. And
yes, and please, everybody, add me on LinkedIn. I can't add you because I'm up to my max of connection requests, because I'm adding everybody else doing this campaign. So please add me and DM me. I'm totally available to talk. So
that's great.
And thank you, Eloise. Thank you to LaGrowthMachine for having me, and for everybody for watching. This was my first webinar, so I'm super.
No. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thank you very much, Joanna. You're so clear. So yeah, really like this is super useful and a lot of value here is shared. So thank you very much. And also I think maybe here a lot of people are also interested in outbound. We are talking more and more about how to connect inbound and then outbound strategies or personalization, like you did with this kind of prompt also. So I ran a little contest on the playground. You have to choose your use case or outbound or personalization. I will share it here because I think maybe it's a good way also to get inspiring and share value. So yeah, just have a look, and if you want to participate to this challenge, I think it's super interesting to share strategies and ideas around these two big let's say topics, which are outbound and personalization. Can you put it directly into the playground, Eloise? Yeah. So you have just now the challenge, but yes, I will put it here. So you have the playground for French-speaking people and also English-speaker people. So you can go on the side you want, and you will have all the recording, replays, guides, template, playbooks, events, agenda, and also creators and experts like Joanna. You really have to connect with them. You can connect with them, of course, on LinkedIn, but they are also on the playground. And again, thank you very much, Joanna.
Oh, thank you, and thank you to everybody. Have a great day. Have an awesome day, you guys. And
yeah, great.
stay in touch.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.